What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Second Street. I hope you're all having a very good day today here on this Monday. And you know what I forgot to do? You'd think as late as the stream started, I would have remembered to get everything right. And I forgot to do that. I'm telling you, it helps. It really does help. So anyway, guys, thank you all so much for being here today. And no, I'm not copying Lord Vito's look. I swear I'm not. I'm not copying Bruce from Bruce and Stephanie Comics look. I swear, this is me. This is all. Look, yeah, like I shaved. Hey, I'm not sure if you guys knew, but hey, you know what? I'm bald. That's right. So anyway, guys, I hope you're all having a very good day today. Now, what I did do is I dropped a link there in the chat. I'm not sure. Usually it gives me, it'll give me the option. Let me see if I can get in here and do this. It'll give me the option to get in here and it'll give me the option to pin that comment if you guys would like to come onto the channel. We're going to talk about some Falcon and Winter Soldier. We're just going to nerd out about stuff. So if you guys want to come on and chat, let me see where that comment went to. Oh, why isn't it on there? That's odd. That's odd. Why won't that show on there? I dropped it in there. It shows that it's showing on there. I don't know. Anyway, guys, let me see if I can drop that in there again. See if it's gonna let it go, and I don't see why it wouldn't. Okay. Bam. 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 Look at that. I pinned that there. If you guys would like to come join the conversation, talk a little bit about, one of the good friends of the channel here, Eric Heine, last week asked to talk about some speculation on Falcon and Winter Soldier, to have a conversation, bring people on, have a community chat. So I was like, you know what? Let's do that, right? Let's do that. So I figured, hey, why not? So we'll do that today. I got sorry, a little bit late. I was listening in on the Den of Nerds, of course, this morning, talking and nerding out about some Star Wars stuff. But then also I was shooting my new comic book, or my comic book pull list video. Not my pull list video, but the what new comic books are coming out this week video earlier as well. So I was a little bit late. Had to make a little thumbnail as well. Did you guys see that little thumbnail I put there? Yeah. But let's see who all we got here. I see we got a very special guest in the house today. Aside from all the Myrtle Maniacs, of course, we've got Aloy's Dottle here in the house. We've also got my man Cap. What is up, Adrian, Captain Pennsylvania Stormy? How are you doing? And of course, Lord Vito in the house. My man Reefer Man Reviews. How are you doing? Oh man, I miss a good comic shop like this one where I'm at. Oh man, I bet. Reefer Man says, shopping for food, my friend, but my ears are on. Nice. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. The infamous Iron Man. How is it going? What is up? I have to go, but I'll catch the replay. Okay. Wow. Stormy says, wow, the bald head with the beard looks good on you, man. Thank you. You know what? What's funny is I really wanted to make Adam mad if Adam from Fanjecture ends up getting here. Is I was gonna take and I was gonna bush out my sideburns and everything, because like they stick out, dude. Like this, like it looks a lot thinner than it really is. Like it's a good couple inches long. It's just funny. I mean, it grows fast, and that's what I say. It's part of my weight loss program. But Anonymous, thank you so much for being here. Louis the 13th, how are you doing? Oh, cool. I can chat again. I think. Oh, why? What happened, Louis? Did you get timed out or something? I was gonna say, because like, there's nobody else really has a wrench here. There's only one other person that has a wrench right now. So like, you shouldn't have been timed out or anything. So yeah. Oh, you're talking about yesterday's stream, I'm sure, right? Yeah, and the reason I do those streams right there is, for one, there's perks to being a channel member, but also when I'm going through those comic book previews like that, there's so much I'm gonna go through to even like you've seen, like a couple of times I went and got refilled my water, and then I was kind of just paying attention just to the members chat. Like there's really there's still a whole lot to go through. I think that video still ended up being like 2 hours going through all the DC and the Marvel stuff. So if I was to sit here, like, I really feel like I would be ignoring everybody out there if I were to if I were to do that, and like it would take forever. It'd probably take 3-4 hours if I was going to sit there with the full live chat. That's the only reason to do that. That's the only reason to do that for that one, because it's just a lot to go through. But yeah. Thank you for being here, Louis. Says, looks like the guy. Look at this guy's beard. Have I been away that long? Yes, Cap. You have. You've missed your Cap. Where you at? Okay. Mike Porter, how are you doing? Made it. He made it. And thanks again, Anonymous. Stormy says, how long are you going live? Can't jump on now, but am willing to jump on later. I don't know, maybe for about an hour. For about an hour. So we got a little bit of time here. Fanjection, my man. Adam, what is up, my man? Guys, make sure you go check out. Adam should be going live here pretty soon, right, Adam? What time are you going live at? Are you going live in like another, what is it, like a couple hours? Is it another hour or so? So yeah, make sure you let us know. Yeah, I usually share it on my Twitter. And you know what's funny is last Monday, I said here on the show, I think I even tweeted it out on Twitter. I was like, hey, make sure Adam's getting ready to go live in just a few minutes. Make sure you don't miss it. And you know what? Missed it. You know, I wanted to make a meme. Like, tweets out, don't miss the show, misses the show. Maybe I'll jump on. Okay, yeah, good deal. And again, you know, we'll see if anybody's able to jump on. Not today, but bumping to tomorrow. House a bit crazy today. Oh, I totally understand. My man. Totally understand. Okay, so tomorrow. All right, guys, make sure tomorrow. Fanjection coming up with a live stream. So anyway, guys, we're gonna get in here and see. Again, I did put. If you guys have Skype, you don't have to have Skype and a profile to jump in and join in the conversation. You can just click that link and it'll let you join. Okay, you can just click that link and it'll let you join. The infamous Iron Man, how are you doing? What is up, my man? Conditioner XR, you just go by so many names. So anyway, yeah, today we were going to be discussing some some Falcon, Winter Soldier theories, Black Widow. If you guys want to discuss anything, make sure that you let me know in the chats. Make sure you click that link there. You can come in and join the chat, and we can get it all put on. As soon as somebody joins, we'll go ahead and add all of that stuff on. But I was looking at, obviously we know that the Falcon and Winter Soldier got pushed back along with Black Widow. Oh, okay. Debating 128. Is that starting this Saturday? That's a marathon stream. A lot of these things have been put on delay. The last I knew, Falcon and Winter Soldier, before everything had got shut down, only had like, I believe they were saying only had like 2 weeks left of reshoots to do. And that was about it. About 2 weeks left on schedule, and that was it. So everything got delayed and all kinds of other stuff. And now we see in the meantime other things have been going on as well, because we recently got news that Shang-Chi had recently wrapped filming Spider-Man 3, going into production soon. They've already got photos. Man, moving right along, are we not? So there's a whole lot of things going on. A lot of these productions have continued to move on. It just seems a little bit weird that Falcon and Winter Soldier is one of these productions that got completely halted and had not finished continued production. And maybe, I think it just has to do mainly with the fact that they were in the point of doing reshoots for the show to finish out the show. Now, also with Shang-Chi, they said they finished wrapped filming. That's probably just like principal filming. They're probably just done with the major bulk of it. They probably have reshoots and things like that they still have to go through. So, you know, we can see that, you know, with all of these delays and everything, hopefully it's given them time to really get brushed up on a lot of these things coming out. Now, the one thing with the Falcon and Winter Soldier getting ready to come out, we also know Black Widow is getting ready to come out. And I think that these movies are obviously somehow intertwined, because we also, you know, we got General Thaddeus Ross, Thunderbolt Ross, who is going to be in the Black Widow movie, right along with, you know, he's probably going to be a pretty big part of the Falcon and Winter Soldier series, I would imagine. Now, maybe not a big part, but will be part of that through like the Super Soldier program and kind of what they're doing there, bringing in U.S. Agent as they are going to be introducing him as the next Captain America, which we have seen in posters and things like that. Obviously, part of this government-funded program. And we can see that the same thing looks like that's what's happening in Black Widow. Now, what does all of this mean exactly? I mean, you got super soldiers going on, you got all of these different things, you got it going on in Russia with Black Widow and all of them, you got the super soldier program going on in America. So where does that all lead, and how long has the Russians been doing this? You got to think that the Russians have probably been doing it for quite a while, because they did have Dr. Arnim Zola, the godfather of the MCU. Hail Hydra! He was, he was part of all those programs and everything there anyway. He helped bring the Winter Soldier, and he helped, get like with the cybernetic arm and all of that stuff. We seen all that in those movies, in the first Captain America movies. So a whole lot of things going on here. Now, the fact that we're getting John Walker here, we know we're getting John Walker. We've also seen that we are getting other super soldiers as well. We're kind of getting this world expanded where we see that the government has been historically making other Captain Americas. We got the and I can't remember all the characters' names because I do not know all of the characters from the comic books. And if there is anybody who does know a little bit more about that, feel free to join the conversation. You can click the link right there in the chat. Pinned at the top of the chat to discuss some of these things, because I won't confess to know a whole lot about a lot of those, a whole lot about the other Captain Americas, if you will. I think one of them was Bradley, Jacob Bradley, something like that. Who is going to be part of it as well. But what we see basically, even through the Black Widow thing, is that they are all experimenting with enhancing soldiers. And it's been going on for quite a while, which is interesting considering everything we've got going on with the mutants at the same time, where we've seen in the Age of Ultron, where we've seen that the Hydra, we've seen Baron von Strucker as well as Dr. List, who were experimenting with people with the Mind Stone and those kinds of things. And that's when they had the twins, the only ones who had survived their experiments. Now, at the time, it was Captain America had said that they were enhanced. He didn't say that they were mutants. Who's going to argue with Captain America? We've talked about this. So the thing here is we see all of these things coming together, where the government and people have been tampering with humans all along, with human evolution all along. I mean, there's a whole lot of things that we could look at here. Because really, the humans making these super soldiers is really kind of, it really ties in well with mutants, right? It ties in well with the mutants, where one is the mutants are the humans' natural evolution. We see that the super soldier serum is them altering and boosting it. And which is funny because it's something going on in the X-Men comics right now, where the eventual bad guy ends up becoming technology, right? It ends up becoming technology. So there's just a whole lot of these things that are really playing into each other, and we could very well, aside from WandaVision, which we know has been we thought it was coming here at the end of November, but it looks like possibly being pushed back to December. Or is it going to be even later than that? Who knows? Is it going to come mid-December? Is it going to come right after The Mandalorian finishes its run? I don't know. Either way, it should be coming soon. But is this what's going to reveal to us the mutants? Is this going to go full House of M? Is it going to be the House of M reversed? Is instead of no more mutants, is Wanda going to create mutants? There's a whole lot of stuff going on. Okay, let's see. Get back here into the chats here. Okay, doing prep for a 24-hour stream. Okay, yeah. With Belgium going back in lockdown, that 24-hour live stream is the perfect thing for me to watch. Good one, Adam. Yeah, nice, nice. Yeah, that is crazy. Landon TLB says, did he really do it? Yeah, I wish they'd continue the Batman. Says Anonymous. Which, like, you mean the one coming up, the new, was it Matt Reeves film? That one? That Batman film? Are they only doing the one? Nah, they're doing more. They've got to do that. I'm guessing that's what you're talking about. I'm guessing. Mike Porter saying, what's up to everybody in the house? Yover Rhodes, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I shaved, Lana. Yep, this had to be a dream. There was like 13 total caps. Captain Pennsylvania being one of them. Don't forget that. So yeah, they better start working on Thor 4 and Doctor Strange 2 soon. I want some set photos. Yeah, for sure. And you know, the funny thing is I was thinking, yeah, Arnim Zola. Hell yeah. I was thinking about this too. Along with Thor 4, where we've heard rumors that they're going to do that whole they're somewhat going to do that whole thing with Jane Foster Thor. And it's interesting to me. I'm wondering what they're going to do with that, because we're hearing this talk that they're going to do the Jane Foster Thor thing. We've heard even, people speculating funny stuff like maybe Jane Foster's going to be fat too, just like Fat Thor, and they're going to have to get fit together and all of those kinds of things. I'm like, well, that very well could be. That would be pretty funny. That would be pretty funny. But with Taika Waititi and everything they're going to do with that movie, if they are going to do some of that whole Jane Foster Thor thing, I was thinking about this. At some point, Taika Waititi's sense of humor and just the things that they're going to do with that movie, one thing they're going to do if they do the Jane Foster Thor thing, she's going to sit there and say, don't call me Thor, I'm not Thor. It's a name, not a mantle. Ooh, they're going to have to pull that punch. They're going to have to pull that punch. Are they? You think Taika Waititi will pull that punch? You think he'll pull that whole... I don't know. I think he could. I think he could. I think he would too. Infamous Iron Man says, just reboot and bring in mutants and everyone else through that. Yeah, I feel it's just too soon for a reboot. Am I saying that I'm against it? Absolutely not. But here's the thing. Let's see. Isaiah Bradley. Yeah. I wasn't sure about Pattinson until the trailer. Yeah, see, I think Pattinson's gonna do a good job. See, I know a lot of people were hung up on the whole Twilight thing and those kinds of things like that, and him not working out, right? The thing is I kind of thought he was gonna do a good job the whole time. I mean, just because he did some movies when he was younger, he was getting, but like, look, everybody has to start somewhere, right? Everybody has to start somewhere. But yeah. I got my shield from Bradley Cooper, who got his from Will Smith. Nice. All right. Keely Chow, thank you so much for being here. Infamous Iron Man says they will give her chronic sadness. They'll give who chronic sadness? Wanda? Give Wanda chronic sadness? Oh, you mean Jane Foster? Is that what you're talking about? Jane Foster? Yeah. Can you imagine what if Taika Waititi directed some episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel? I could imagine that. I could see that. And the thing is, I'm not even like a big Taika Waititi fan. He's got his little flavor, his little thing he does. Like, it's all good. But yeah, I'm not really super big on Taika Waititi. He's not bad though. He's not bad. I mean, I'm looking forward to the next Thor movie. I'm hoping it's good and lives up to, I don't know. I don't really have any expectations for it because I don't really know a whole lot. I haven't ever read that story arc or anything, so I don't know a whole bunch about it. Will Morgan, thank you so much for being here. Stormy says, watch it be the 25th of December, the way they can market it as 2020, but it's really a 2021 show. Yeah, and that's kind of the thing. I was thinking they'll drop it right around the holidays, right? Right around the holidays. Normally, we're getting a Star Wars movie around the holidays, or, you know, normally we'd probably have an MCU movie in October or November. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. What's up, chin strap? Yeah, you like that? You like that? You like that? I'm not even gonna. Want to get all bushy? Want to get all bushy? I can do. No, you know what it is? Is I was shaving yesterday. I was shaving my head yesterday, and I was like, I'm gonna leave the beard, but should I just do it here? Like, you know what I was gonna do is I was gonna actually leave it higher, and then I was gonna do a pinstripe. I was gonna do a pinstripe all along the back. I was gonna do it all along the back. I was gonna do a pinstripe. You know what I mean? I was gonna make myself look like a freaking Cadillac Eldorado with that nice little pinstripe on. Yeah. Wouldn't that be very, I don't know, maybe set a trend or something, you know, like do the cul-de-sac, but all with like a little, like a little line, a little like you know how the little cholos do, like a little cholo stash, a little cholo line, you know, like I'll just do that, eh? I'll be like, hey, orale, check out my little line, eh? I did it myself. Yeah, man. Oh, man. Anyway, hey. Why, you think what's wrong with the pinstripe, bruh? What's wrong with the pinstripe, bruh? Anyway, so guys, now part of the thing here is please help Birds of Prey 5 and his mom by donating to his GoFundMe page. Bird Prey 5. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Mike Porter, you look like a bald lion. Oh, nice. I love it. Love it. No, that's a diss. Son of a. You lucky you my favorite Porter, bro. You lucky my. The Mighty Thor is one of the best Thor comics. Yeah, I need to give it a read. It's on Marvel Unlimited. I have no reason not to read it. But anyway, so moving back into this thing, you know, Falcon and Winter Soldier, we know, you know, it's been delayed, you know, all these things have been delayed. Some things have got bumped up. Now, the thing is we've got all these different Captain Americas coming together, and it makes me wonder, you know, guys, I've been talking about this same thing. I've been talking about this thing for a while, you know, about Pleasant Hill, you know, and how Pleasant Hill leads to Civil War II. Civil War II leads to Secret Empire. Secret Empire is a story in which Steve Rogers eventually became the head of Hydra. Okay, he became the head of Hydra. He basically became in charge of all of the United States defenses as well, because he was actually the head of Shield at the time. Wasn't he Shield? I believe he was the head of Shield. He was the director. And well, it would have been Maria Hill, and then I believe he was overseeing her. He might have actually been part of the government. I have to go back and brush up on that part of it. But the thing is he's sitting there, and he ends up becoming the one in charge. He has all the power over America's defenses. He becomes he has all the power, basically. I think he even had the power of the UN, if I'm not mistaken. And he was the head of Hydra. Now, what happened was the Kobik, this was a sentient cosmic cube that had exploded. Interesting. That had exploded and became a sentient cosmic being. She changed. She gave him his powers back, but basically she didn't really make it part of the deal. But she gave him his powers back. But through that, she changed him and basically made him think that he was a part of Hydra his whole life, right? And she changed his history. Now, she didn't change it with everybody, because we see throughout the story where he goes and has interactions with certain people, one of them being Zemo, where he's sitting there interacting with him like, oh man, we've been brothers for so long through this whole thing. He's like, I need you to go with me through this thing, man. We've got to take this thing over. And it's great too, because there's this point in the series where Baron Zemo's like, he grabs him and he hugs him and he's sitting there going, yes, I've got your back, brother. And later he reveals, like, dude, I thought this guy was knucking futs, man. I'm not sure what this guy was doing. What's he talking about? I have no clue. I have no clue, but I seen this guy was nuts. He thought we had this big old long history together, that we were friends. I'm riding that shit. And he went ahead and he embraced him and he went along with this whole thing. Now, which was all crazy considering what had happened and led to all of this stuff was the fact that they were sitting there in this prison. Zemo was part of was in this prison. He had got basically revealed who he was because this prison was called Pleasant Hill. Now the thing is, there was all of these people being held there, basically, you know, as prisoners, where their minds, their reality had been changed. Now all the things leading up to this stuff is things that we've all seen in the MCU. Where we seen part of it. Here's the thing: is we seen in the first Avengers movie where Dr. Eric Selvig was actually helping them after the first Thor movie, was actually helping SHIELD experiment with the cosmic cube, right? This was something that happened in this in the lead up to Civil War II and the attack on Pleasant Hill, was that Dr. Eric Selvig was actually working for SHIELD and they were experimenting on the cosmic cube. And they were sitting there doing that, and at the facility it had exploded and a whole bunch of people died, and that's when Kobik came to be, which was this little girl that they used to create Pleasant Hill, which was this super security prison for bad guys, and it had, you know, some of the world's heaviest hitters housed there. And so it was a very cool story, but all of these things we've seen leading up in the MCU already, because a lot of these things that happened in the story in this lead up were things we actually seen in the MCU. We've actually already seen this thing, right? We've already seen this in the MCU, and that was all like Avengers 1, where Dr. Eric Selvig is helping them with that stuff, and then we also get to yeah, through the Eric Selvig stuff. And then with the prison, then Civil War II is all started from the same thing by them basically, what would you say? What was that movie? Minority Report, the precogs, right? They had Ulysses, who was an Inhuman, who could see crimes before they happen. Now that's what led to Civil War II. Tony Stark was like, no, 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 we can't do this because maybe we're what caused it. Captain Marvel wanted to use it, and it was this whole big old fight. Now, all of these things have kind of really already been led up to in the MCU, and a lot of these things happen by way with these same characters that are the Thunderbolts. Now Falcon and Winter Soldier is introducing all of these characters. These shows on Disney Plus are a game changer where they're going to be expanding this. We already know we're getting other versions of Captain America in this series, let alone everything else. So we know there's already other super soldiers out there. We're getting talks that there is Omega Red going to be in this movie. People are looking at Desmond Chaim, this actor who looks like, but he's part of the production. We know that for sure. The only thing is we are guessing maybe could be he be Omega Red. Who else could he be? I don't know. I'm really not for sure. This Desmond Chaim, he does look like he's probably part Asian, if not full, of some descent. So it's hard to say, but that's not to say that he couldn't be Russian and be Omega Red and part of the super soldier program there, or anything like that. So it's really hard to say, but we do have all of these things starting to come together. Thaddeus Ross putting together the Thunderbolts with these super soldiers in here as well. And again, this world is just ever expanding, and what's going to come of it? We know the series itself is called Falcon and Winter Soldier. There's no Captain America anywhere in there whatsoever. It's suspected, people are thinking, that by the end of this series that they are going to announce John Walker as that new Captain America. Now I don't know that that's going to happen, but I think that's actually going to happen in the show. I think that's actually going to happen in the show. I think what this whole I think that this whole series is probably somewhat going to be based on the Sam Wilson Captain America story, where he was wrestling with being the new Captain America and he never felt that he was. And I think this series will be going through that struggle of him having the shield. And then at the end of the show is when he will actually take up the mantle and be the new Captain America. And where does that leave us? That leaves us heading right there for Pleasant Hill. Civil War II. The setup is all there. How hard is it? Maybe we get Inhumans through the Falcon and Winter Soldier series as well, because we know that we are going to be getting Ms. Marvel here very soon as well. They recently cast the actor who will be playing Ms. Marvel. She's an Inhuman. So these things are coming. And maybe, like I said, all these series are going to be rapidly expanding this universe. Again, we're not going to be getting these origin stories in these movies any longer. The origin stories aren't there. The origin that we might get in these movies is maybe of the villains. Maybe of the villains. But everything is rapidly expanding here. I think out of this series, Falcon and Winter Soldier, we're getting more than just the Thunderbolts. Oh yeah, I think we're getting more than just the Thunderbolts being set up in this series. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Have a Hunt for the Wilder People. I haven't, and I haven't seen Jojo Rabbit. No, I haven't seen all of his stuff. Just the stuff I have seen, which was admittedly like a movie and a TV show. You can kind of tell, and even just from the trailers from like Jojo Rabbit, you can tell his sense of humor and his style and everything. There's nothing wrong with that. Is that so, Iron Man? Or about one of the best Thor comics? Mike Porter says, I'm trying to grow a beard, not on your level though. Look, the only reason this looks that thick is because I got dark hair. Well, I got some light hair there too. See all that? Silvermane. And we are getting Krasinski Hydra Cap in DS2. What's DS2? Oh, Doctor Strange 2. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. The rumors. The rumors, right? These are only rumors. They're only rumors. Because what if these rumors and everything from Doctor Strange and all of that, what if these guys are actually coming in and actually playing MCU? Maybe Krasinski is coming in as being looked at as Hydra Cap through this twisted world, through this twisted multiverse, but maybe he actually ends up being Reed Richards, right? Because remember all those set photos we seen before, and they were who knows, they were probably fake. With like, we seen like Tony Stark and like the Doctor Strange, sitting there wearing the Doctor Strange's. Man, why all of a sudden did I forget the name of the fucking his cape? Shit. Anyway, we seen him wearing that, and we see these different alternate versions. Maybe all of these characters actually play a part. Maybe they're actually going to be playing roles, and that's part of it. Saying like, dude, like this all just got twisted up in Wanda's crazy multiverse twisting or whatever Cap did when he went back. Yeah. But yeah. That's gonna be great too, because I like, dude, like the Hydra Cap stuff for me. That's what brought me back to comics, because I was interested in that. I was like, hey, what's this all about? And when I read about it, I'm like, I got why people didn't like it. But then I went back and I read like kind of to the beginning of it all. And I was like, oh, I get it. I didn't just listen to some asshole on YouTube. I went and read all the books. I'm like, oh, okay, this story makes sense. The thing I liked about that story, a lot of people didn't like, oh, this is trampling on Captain America and who he is. The one thing that I really liked about it, to me, it proved why he's Captain America. It proved, like, He is that leader. He is that person that will take charge and take control and take the lead, and you can't stop him from doing it. That's what it proved. You know, he had this strategy when all this stuff happened to take over, to take over Hydra, to take over all the control of the United States, all its defenses, everything. And the thing is he triumphed only in the sense of what his mission was to do, which was a bent mission. But the mission was still something that him being Captain America and his actual character and who he is, the core of his character and who he is, that's how he got all that. You know what I mean? And the thing is, like, and I get why people wouldn't like it, but the core of his character is how all of that happened. And then you find out that it wasn't really actually him, but, where it was a twisted version of him that Kobik had created. Now, we've seen, and we've already seen in the MCU, where we've seen that you can kind of twist these realities and change things anyway. We've already seen that. So it's going to be interesting how all of this kind of goes down. Let's see, the Cloak of Levitation. Yeah, god dang, man. God. I think we need oh wait, where was I at? I want a team up movie of Plastic Man and the Wonder Twins. Hell yeah. Let's make it happen. The Fight the Street Fighter lineup. Yeah, there you go. The infamous Iron Man says, we need a Thunderbolts versus DA movie. Thunderbolts versus, Dark Avengers? Yeah, absolutely. I think we get Inhumans in Falcon and Winter Soldier as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we are. Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. Captain Marvel deserves the hate, especially in the comics and in Civil War too. Absolutely. You know what? And that's when I actually started reading Captain Marvel. And you know what's funny is that wasn't, I don't know, was that really too soon after she became Captain Marvel? The Civil War 2 and all of that stuff. I think that was 2016. I think she became Captain Marvel in 2011, 2012. Wasn't that right? Am I right somewhere around there? But yeah, I know she's had a lot of series going over and everything, but here's the thing is the Civil War series where I started reading at, the Civil War 2 series, they definitely make her a not likable character. They definitely make her that way, for sure. And what they've got in the MCU totally lives up to what I have read of Captain Marvel in the comic books. It's the most comic accurate of all these characters. It really is. The whole characterization and stuff. But anyway, Captain Pennsylvania says, I totally agree. So much more coming in this series. There is a big reason they wanted this out first. Yeah, absolutely. I think so too. And to me, it makes me wonder if maybe instead of any mutants actually being in... I mean, there might be some mutants, but since we're going to be getting that in WandaVision, it makes me think that there's going to be mutants in it, not introduced in it. You know what I mean? Mutants won't be introduced in it. But maybe that's where they're going to do Inhumans, where they're actually going to say, okay, these are the Inhumans that we're going to introduce through the Falcon and Winter Soldier series, as well as the Super Soldiers. So, yeah. Don't give me hope. Yeah. Cloak of Levitation. Yeah, I love Hydra Cap. Yeah, me too. I thought it was great. Hydra Cap was new. I loved it, and obviously I'm a Cap fan. Absolutely. I thought it was good. Like I said, his strategy and everything he did, the whole court of Captain America was there, except for the fact that he was brainwashed to believe, well, here's the thing I didn't like about that. Here's the thing I didn't like about the finish was the fact that it was an actual different Steve Rogers. Which is the thing I think plays well with what's going on in the MCU is the fact that it was a different Steve Rogers that was Hydra Cap. which I think could play a huge role in everything going on in the MCU. Like, say, take Wyatt Russell, for instance. Maybe they actually make him be the Captain America, and maybe they twist him into being what becomes Hydra Cap, or stuff like that. I don't really know. But let's see here. Ooh. It looks like we have somebody joining the conversation here with us. Give me just a second. Let me get this all put up here. And we will bring this guest. Hopefully, Streamlabs don't freeze up on me now all of a sudden. That's what happens. Well, let's see here. See if we can get this guest on here. And guys, I may need to know from you all if you are hearing me double.
Yo, can you hear me? Can you hear me? By the way.
Yes.
Yo, I will keep it like mic only because my camera is like lagging the whole time.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say I think I don't have the camera on anyway right now.
Yeah, me neither. Yep. I mean, it's Skype.
Then maybe mine does need to be on there. Okay. So now you guys can hear me. Okay. Can you hear me? And I'm pretty sure Stormy can hear me now.
They are saying you are muted.
Yeah. I just took care of that.
Okay.
Okay. I think we should be good now. Are we good?
All right, let's do it.
Okay. What's on your mind, Stormy? What's up, man?
When I'm like thinking about like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, man, hearing some of those rumors, like I really don't know what I have to expect from that show, man. I was like in the beginning when we like got like the confirmation of that show happening, I thought it was like going to be like Falcon like slowly becoming Captain America, but now like I mean all the marketing is pointing towards like Falcon being Falcon all the time and not being Captain America until maybe the very end. So, I mean, I think it's confirmation that like John Walker will be like the main Captain America of this show for the time being.
Right. Yeah, and I kind of think that too, and I think that's where this series is going to be a little bit more kind of like the Sam Wilson Captain America series was, where he's kind of where he was basically handed the blessing of being Captain America by Steve Rogers, and then but again, I don't know, I haven't read any of the actual U.S. agent stuff to know how all that came about in the comics, but I'm guessing since we know that he's already basically been giving that blessing by Captain America to be the next Captain America, but then the government is stepping in and be like, yeah, no. This is our Captain
It's
America.
probably all it probably all has to do with like Thunderbolt Ross probably like having him like the new Captain America, like maybe it's further set up to like to the Thunderbolts. Although I don't know if like John Walker would be like a member of the Thunderbolts, because like I don't think US Agent was ever like an actual member, but I could be wrong. I mean, they could spin it for the MCU, making him like a Thunderbolt member, but then like with his actual like comic book persona like the U.S. agent. So we will have to wait and see with that character, man. I think Wyatt Russell is like, I mean, good casting for him. I mean, I think he's perfect. But we'll have to wait and see, man.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think he's going to be good, and I think part of it is because what I think is going on here is where we see that they're bringing in all of these different Captain Americas, these all these different super soldiers. I think what's going to happen is Falcon and basically Sam Wilson and Bucky are going to be kind of they're going to be sympathetic to him because they're like, dude, like you're being taken advantage of. We get it. Like these things have happened to us. Because I think the same thing's probably going to happen to Sam Wilson as well, where they're kind of under government control and those kinds of things. Because where we even seen like Falcon didn't sign the Sokovia Accords and everything as well as Bucky. So they're not with the
Mhm.
government, with the Sokovia Accords and all of those things. So I think it's going to be exploring some of that where John Walker, like he's part of the program. He's like, he's jumping when they ask him to jump and he's doing everything they're asking him to do. And I think it's going to become one of those kinds of things where maybe they're going to be reaching out to him like, dude, like we get it. Like stop fighting us. We're not your enemy. It's them.
I mean, wasn't there like that rumor? I mean, I think it was kind of like confirmed that like the serum that John Walker gets in the show is like a serum that they can mind control him with, that he can do things that he maybe otherwise wouldn't have done. Because I don't know if you like saw those like sad videos of him like totally demolishing someone. I mean, that's not a thing that Captain America would do. I mean, is it fully his doing? Is he fully like himself doing that, or is he like getting mind controlled to do something like that? So I don't really know.
Right. And I think that's part of what's going to be coming out of Black Widow because we know that
Mm-hmm.
they have that like a
Yeah.
serum that
Yeah.
it looks like they're using to
Yep.
mind control some of their agents there, and that's something that certainly Black Widow has been through certainly.
Yeah, and I think I hope I at least hope like the connective tissue between Black Widow and Falcon and the Winter Soldier is there, because otherwise, I mean, it isn't it like kind of like, I mean, meant to happen, because like why would they like otherwise like push Falcon and the Winter Soldier back to be closer to Black Widow if it didn't have like a lot of like connective tissue. I mean, I think it all has to do with the Thunderbolts, man. It can't be something else right now. It has to be to do with the Thunderbolts. I mean, all the points are like pointing towards the Thunderbolts. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um and that's what I'm thinking too. Oh, and yeah, Infamous Iron Man is saying that U.S. Agent was a member of the Thunderbolts, and that's the thing is like they have all of these. That's why they've got so many things being introduced here. Like it seems like we've got because we've even heard of people like the Flag Smasher being brought in, and some of these different other characters kind of being introduced here. Been rumors of Omega Red probably coming in through this series, so there's just like
Yep.
this whole smorgasbord of these super soldiers and basically maybe Inhumans being introduced through this series.
Man, the Inhumans. The Inhumans are like actually like my favorite like Marvel superhero team. So I would be like very happy if they brought them back. I mean, my expectation on the Inhumans is that they will get brought back in the Miss Marvel show, because why would you have Miss Marvel without the royal family? Because like, I mean, she isn't really like having much like face to face things with the royal family, but she's still an Inhuman. So how can you have like an Inhuman character without having the Inhuman family, the royal family? So I mean, they could pull up like an Inhuman character in like the Madripoor scene. I mean, because like one of the episodes of Falcon and the Winter Soldier will feature like Madripoor heavily. So they could always do something like that but I don't think like the Inhumans will be like a focus point in that show if they would like pop up in that show.
Right, yeah, and I kind of think the same thing. I think a lot of these things, like, we will be introduced to certain characters and certain concepts, like Inhumans, maybe even mutants through that, but I think the mutants are obviously going to probably come from WandaVision. But I do think that's how we will be getting introduced through them, is just shown, just like we've been shown so many other things, like a little Easter egg here, a little Easter egg there, showing these different things, interactions with characters that become bigger characters later on, like the Inhumans, for example.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like I mean like um they could like make like Logan or someone like that like have like a little cameo, maybe like having him like a guy sitting at the bar but like with his back to the camera,
Yeah.
and like you know it's him but like they don't address it, and then like two years later, um when you get like a Wolverine show eventually or something like that, then you like go on with that character, because that's usually the thing that Marvel does. They hint to a character of they make a character like have a cameo, and then 2 years later they like fully like get that character in the movie, or like they go ahead with that story. They did it with Wanda Maximoff. They did it with Black Panther. They did it with Doctor Strange, actually, I think. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool characters that can pop up in that show, man. Yep, yep. And he's appearing in the show. So I mean, if I can ask, like, if you have to give like 7 characters you want like for a Thunderbolt like lineup in the MCU, who would you pick? Oh,
There we go. Hit the wrong button. There. My bad. But yeah, I think like infamous Iron Man was saying there about like some of these Thunderbolts. He was saying about the Masters of Evil coming in. The Masters of Evil I know was Scourge, the Enchantress, and and and
Baron.
and Zemo. And I would love to see
Yep.
Enchantress come into the MCU already. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, like, Enchantress is a long overdue villain. I don't know why she isn't in the MCU yet. I think she would have worked like perfectly in Thor Ragnarok. But I mean, it is what it is. Like, I mean, like, she was actually like a Thunderbolts character in the comics. So like, wouldn't it be like a cool way to do like the Thunderbolts, like having like doing like the Dark Avengers thing with like an opposite like character of the Avengers, like having like um Red Hulk being the Thunderbolts version of the Hulk, having the Enchantress being like the Asgardian of the team. Maybe having like if it's doable with Sony, like having Venom be on the team to be like the Spider-Man opposite,
Mhm.
like doing things like that to have like two opposite sides. You have like the good guys and you have like the bad guys. But like the Thunderbolts aren't really like bad guys. So do you if I can ask, like, do you think like the Thunderbolts will be like a way to set up the Dark Avengers, or will they like make the Dark Avengers the Thunderbolts in the MCU?
You know, I think it would be a way to introduce them, certainly. to bring in those characters. Definitely. Uh, and it's really hard to say with Kevin Feige, especially because everything that like he don't adapt comic books. Like, well, he adapts comic books. He don't pull straight from the
Yep,
source material, and whatever he's doing is going to be a different way than they have done it in the in
that's
the
true.
in the MCU or in the comic book. So yeah, it's really
Right.
hard to say. It's really hard to say. I could see that happening though.
Yeah, and like I mean, like to be honest, like in my opinion, the Thunderbolts is a far cooler name than the Dark Avengers. So I hope Josh isn't around here because he would probably kill me for saying that. But like, I mean, it is what it is. I think the Thunderbolts are way cooler than the Dark Avengers. I mean, yeah, it's just. I mean, the Thunder. I mean, I like the Suicide Squad over at the DC sites. I like Thunderbolts are kind of like the Suicide Squad. So I like the thing of having like former super villains like redeeming themselves. I really like that idea, and I think some of those Thunderbolts characters, man. Phew. I mean, like if you like see those that the lineup that like popped up like a year ago, like Justin Hammer, the Abomination. I mean, bringing all those like old super cool characters that got like massively underused and bringing them back now, to further their stories.
Yeah.
I think that's cool, man.
Yeah, and as you were sitting there talking, I just started thinking maybe all of this is actually maybe you're right. Maybe this is actually all coming together for the right thing. Maybe what's going to happen is maybe they're actually going to become the Thunderbolts, and then maybe they're going to split because maybe Thunderbolt Ross actually wants to do like the whole Dark Avengers thing, and um, then maybe Zemo's like, "F that. We ain't doing that. We're doing the Masters of Evil. We'll continue with the Thunderbolts is no more. We're doing the Masters of Evil thing. Maybe it's gonna be something
Hmm.
like that."
Yeah, I mean, like I think like a character like Zemo is probably like one probably wants to like get like more like villainous stuff from that team towards like a guy like Thunderbolts Ross really wants to like do good things with that character, but like kind of being like underground. So we'll see, man. When we get him, I mean I will be very happy because they are one of my favorite teams. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm not really having like much to say on that team because like I didn't like really read a lot of their stories in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, what are like other things like you think are happening in the show? I missed like 30 minutes of the stream. Maybe you like already like uh got into like certain things that I missed.
Well, I think my whole thing is they're obviously going to be expanding the world of super soldiers, and that everybody has been experimenting, trying to recreate that super soldier serum in some capacity or another. I think that's something that's going to be happening in the show where they're just kind of expanding all that, and obviously the mind control thing as well, where they're kind of got the all these agents under the mind control, like we see in Black Widow, where they're probably using something for that as
Mhm.
well. Just kind of like what happened to Bucky, and they've had that machine for a while to kind of how would you say, like, lobotomize and get people to follow what they want them to do to brainwash these people. It was something that was actually covered in one of the Ant-Man prequel comics for the MCU, and then we actually seen a little scene of it in the first Ant-Man movie where he was breaking into a facility run by Hydra, where they had that in
Oh.
the original prototype version of that machine that brainwashes Bucky. So they've been doing this for a while, trying to brainwash agents to get them to work for their side. So I think we're going to be seeing that expand even more rapidly here. Definitely.
Yep. And like having like I was thinking about it like having like a character like Yelena Belova, because like I think what's happening in the show with like that scene in the trailer where she's like laying at the table going for surgery
Yeah.
in the Black Widow trailer. I think that's like a little confirmation that they are doing like the Adaptoid like program with her, like they did in the comics, like giving her the visors. I don't know if you remember, like the time when she was
I don't.
aim soldier, but doing it like with the super soldier program that they can like that way like also manipulate her. Um, what would you think of like having like a character like MODOK maybe like showing up in like Falcon and the Winter Soldier to like set up AIM, or like because AIM was already in the MCU, but like getting like a new version of AIM, because like I mean that version of AIM that popped up in the MCU in Iron Man 3, that was just a joke. That's not what AIM is in the comics. AIM is a major threat. So what would you think about that?
Yeah. I really do think that's actually highly possible with them with the aim thing, because I was sitting there thinking about that too, like you're saying, because they are a serious organization in the comic books. They've I mean they've long been a threat, overall, and yeah, I can see all of that stuff coming to fruition for sure, because I mean we do see there are all these organizations that are out there. We see supposedly bringing in Sword in here as well. So like I said, the world is expanding here, and I think there's definitely going to be a lot of just so much of that coming in by way of those things. And like you're saying with MODOK, there was somebody I think even speculating like, what if in the MCU Arnim Zola actually became MODOK? And I could see that happening. It would be something different in the comics, and it also makes sense because we know Dr. Zola has kind of done that already, done the machine brain thing, and to see something like that carry on, I could see that. I could see him doing that. I just don't know that they actually would do that. I think it seems like too far of a deviation.
Like really quick to like bring up like Iron Man's comment like AIM wasn't in the trailer. Like yeah, no, that wasn't really what I meant with that comment. I mean like um she lays on a table and she is getting ready for surgery. So like a theory I have is that they will like use like the Adaptoid storyline they did with her in the comics. And like AIM wasn't in the trailer. I mean, I'm not so sure about that, because like when you have that scene of her like laying on the table, like if you see on the lamp, you can read like ALM, but it's not really like that like easy to read. So it could be like AIM also, but like I'm not really sure about that.
What happened?
Why?
Oh, okay.
I
I thought your thing cut off. I was like, oh no, I thought we lost you there for a second.
yeah, no, yeah, sorry, I was like, I will after like I say something, I will say like Trinity to you.
No, you're all good. But yeah, there's just so much going on with these shows, and I mean the way they're building it all up, I mean, has been really great, and that's the thing about Kevin Feige and what he's done here is every time they do something, like they leave so many open threads, little things out there that could easily be changed to mean something else, to lead something else. Like how would you say, purposeful language, I guess, kind of like I feel with the mutants and everything with Captain America when they were dealing with that in Age of Ultron, where he just said enhanced
Yep.
soldiers. Nobody's gonna argue with Cap over that.
No. Yeah. No. And like, isn't the thing like with Captain America like, um, yeah. Wow. I totally forgot what I wanted to say. uh, yeah. I don't know. I forgot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Dog School is here in the chat. How are you doing? Dog School says MODOK has to be built up. Like Thanos, he just can't come in and be like, "Hi, I'm MODOK." Yeah, and yeah,
Yeah.
build
No.
the character. And I think that's
That was
I,
not,
I think that's why somebody was speculating before the other day that them doing Arnim Zola as MODOK actually works, because he's already got motivation, he's got history, he's everything. We already know the genius that he has there, so it would actually
Yeah,
work.
and
I just don't know that they would do
I
that. It seems like too far of a deviation.
I mean, like I kind of like said it like incorrectly. I really meant like not like bring in like Modok, but like maybe like having like George Tarleton in the show that he can later then become Modok. You know what I mean? I not meant that like Modok comes in and like, hi, I'm Modok. I'm the new major threat of the MCU. That's not what I meant. I meant like bring in like George Tarleton, like the professor, and then like having him like later in another movie, like having him really become Modok. That was what I meant.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing is they've got time with all of these shows because that's what they're doing is doing all that character and world building there. I think the movies are really going to become more epic and big scale and more team up type movies like we got in Civil War, like we're apparently getting in Doctor Strange and some of that. I think a lot of them are going to be more of those type of films and things going forward.
Yeah, right. What I think is happening with like the movies and the shows is like the movies will be like where like more heroes like come together in like a little team up, and then like they will make like connective tissue with the shows between those movies. You know what I mean? Like having like, because like Thor 4 will probably not be only a Thor movie. There will be Guardians. Jane Foster is popping up in there. You can maybe have like a character like Beta Ray Bill finally showing up in that movie. Oh man, I've been wanting Beta Ray Bill for so long. Oh, but like, you know what I mean? Like the shows will like be like smaller stories, I think. Towards the movies will be like a not like end game level after end game level after end game level. I mean, not like really end game level, but like bigger than the movies were before. You know, we will not get like another like Captain America origin story. We will not get like another Captain Marvel, like a movie that's only centers around Captain Marvel. You know, like
Right.
maybe like a movie like Ant-Man 3.
Right.
Ant-Man 3 will still be an Ant-Man movie, but it will have like Ant-Man and the Wasp, it will have Stature, it will have AIM, it will have the Young Avengers, possibly Kang the Conqueror's in there. Like, you know what I mean? Like those like small movies, like we will I think that's done. I think we'll not get like the small itty bitty like story movies. I think that's just done. I think that will be what the shows will be served for.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like I said, like them having the Disney Plus streaming service to complement their movies is a game changer, an absolute game changer. Like nobody has really done that yet. The resources have been there for a while. Now you could like somebody could probably say, well, what about the Mandalorian? But like they haven't really tied that to the movies in any way whatsoever. It's just like takes place in the same universe. These movies are going to be feeding directly into the movies. So this by all means is a game changer. And yeah, there is no more of those like Captain America, the first Avenger movies or anything coming out anymore. There's no going to be no more Thor 1 or anything like that. Yeah, definitely.
I
And
mean, like what?
Mike Porter says, I
Sorry,
hope to see Disney Plus do a kitchen crew show. Oh, make
you know what he's talking about?
no, no.
It was like, I mean, I'm going to like market it right now. You know, Berg the Nerd, like his channel.
Yeah,
Um, me, Burke, Jason from Polyhedral Paradise, and Captain Pennsylvania. We are doing like a Marvel D&D thing on the show, and we like have like a Marvel roleplay episode every week. No, every other week. So like, I think this week it's an episode, and then no episode, and then another episode. Like every 2 weeks we do an episode, and we like role play with our own like Marvel characters inside the Marvel universe. So like um for me, like I have a character called Bernia. He's like he's a Russian guy, and he has the powers of a nuclear reactor, and his name is Mr. Boombastic. Um, so like that's a little thing that we are doing with that channel right now.
Nice.
I just thought like I will say it. Maybe we can get some more people over there when the episodes are happening.
Yeah, yeah, and that's going on Burke's channel.
Yeah, and like we call ourselves the Kitchen Crew. That's what Mike was calling.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah, we'll have to check that out. Okay, yeah, and yeah, definitely go check out Burke the Nerd. I know I see a lot of his videos when I'm out working. I'll sometimes put him on when he's premiering him because I know most of them he does on Twitch and then he releases videos here on YouTube.
Yeah, he re-releases his streams on YouTube like 2 weeks after he did the stream.
Yeah, nice, nice. Yeah, so guys, go check out Burke the Nerd. Great. You know what? We need to get Burke. We need to get Burke on as well to do nerd therapy one of these times. And next time, Stormy, we'll have everything more squared away.
Ah man, like that. No, that episode was still cool. Come on, man. Yeah, I had some like difficulties with my camera and with my mic, but I still love that episode, man.
Yeah,
I love talking with you.
yeah. It's always great. It's always great getting the nerds together to just to talk about stuff. I've got
Yeah.
a few more people that I want to bring on for just doing some of those kind of conversations. Just just nerds. Just I don't know, man. Being nerds, man.
All right. I will probably have to leave it at this because I'll have to go. It was awesome talking to you, but I have to go now. So see you later.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for coming on, Stormy. And if there's ever anything you want to talk about, man, let me know. We can bring you on the show. We can get it all done, man.
Yep. Ciao. Bye bye.
All right, man. Later. All right. Well, everybody, that was fun. Again, foot going through a chest. I want to see Panda Man and Cap's character bursting through a man's chest. I have to go check that out. I'm gonna have to check that out. I know, I know I follow Burke on Twitch, and I'm even subscribed to him here on YouTube. I'll have to check some of that stuff out. Some of the things like, man, YouTube's been really bad lately about notifications, man. I am telling you, there are channels that I have been getting no notifications for whatsoever, and they are channels I know I'm subscribed to, and I normally get notifications for. Like, YouTube is being very, very bad right now. But anyway, guys, that's all we got for today's video, guys. I'm going to be dropping a couple of videos. Got some comic book reviews recorded here for the channel as well. Tomorrow is DC Tuesday, so there will be no morning stream tomorrow unless I did it really early. But there will be no morning stream tomorrow. I'm going to be at my LCS helping get the comic books ready, getting everything bagged and boarded, ready for new comic book day on Wednesday, so it'll be very fun. Also, DC Tuesday as well tomorrow. I know the DC Tuesday thing at my LCS, they've been like, man, like people are really on it. Like people are calling them on the phone, like, hey, is this book out yet? Like last week, it was Batman 3 Jokers. Like, hey, is this out yet? And they're like, yeah, we already got it. It's already out there on the people calling in, at 10 o'clock. And it's like, dude, if you wanted it that bad, if you wanted it that bad, you'd be at the store asking if they had it, not on the phone. All right. But so yeah, it's just kind of fun. Hey, I get it. That's how people are. It's DC Tuesday. You want your dang DC books, man. You want your dang DC books. You want to read that Batman number 102 coming out this week, don't you? You want to read that Deceased Dead Planet issue number 5 coming out this week, don't you? Yes. Let's see. I've been trying to join for 20 minutes. I'm a boomer. Oh yeah, no, it didn't. Nothing came up. No, because it should have been an open conversation. It should have been on there. Oh man. Yeah. Well, here, let's do this. Let's do another one. Here. We got it. We got it. All right, let's do it, Cap. Let's do it. Here. Bam. There you go, Cap. There's a link. Come join in. Conversation. And we'll do it, dude. We'll do it. Okay, hopefully this is the right one. Hopefully this is the right one. I can hear you. Let me see if that's... Okay, talk again.
Yeah, I've been trying to join this man for a while. I had to download it. That took like 30 minutes. It took me a while to get here, man.
Yeah, give me just a second and let me get this brought back up on here. It's not gonna have to Okay, Jens, let me know if it's back on. It's saying it should be. It's saying we should be back up. Let me see. Are we back up, guys?
Yeah, I think we got it.
All right. Okay, now we just got to get you added back on here. And here we go. Let's see if it's not gonna freeze up and kick us off this time. Okay, now let's see. Okay, talk to me, Cat.
Yeah, did we make it this time?
Oh, we got it.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Look, after we made everybody wait and everything. First, I'd like to say, talking about the mantle of Captain America. A lot of people were like, well, why isn't it Bucky? Why is it Falcon? Or who's it going to be? But not one person mentioned Captain Pennsylvania. Not one. Stephen Reginald Rogers is literally my father. I've been holding down the mantle of Captain Pennsylvania for 20 years, bro. I mean, I'm talking about an original 13 colony. Not one person online said, hey, man, Captain Pennsylvania should be Captain America. Not one. So thanks, America. I appreciate it. So and going into that, the show's called Falcon and Winter Soldier, so obviously Falcon is not going to be Captain America during this show. I do believe he just had the shield. We've heard the rumors that he feels like he doesn't deserve it. They're technically still outlaws, him and Bucky. So the government will obviously have John Walker become their appointed Captain America. And I don't know how that's going to go, but we know the guy's kind of crazy. I don't know if it's from their super soldier serum they're supposed to give him, or if he's just like John Walker from the comics, where he's just a crazy dude that just likes to hurt people. Him in the comics literally wanted to be Steve Rogers. He changed his name legally for a little while and all type of stuff. It was crazy. The dude's nuts. So I'm sure he's going to be Captain America. He's going to go off the wire, and maybe by the end of this show, we see Falcon get the mantle, and then now we're talking about maybe the next Doctor Strange or the future Avengers movie. We're calling him Captain America. I don't see him getting any movie or another series, maybe possibly like another Civil War type, but I'm sure Bucky's going to get the mantle as well. These characters are going to be here for a while. Thunderbolts are going to pop up. It's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah,
we'll see several Captain Americas.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, in this show, we've already been revealed several different ones that we know are going to be part of the show already.
Right. Isaiah Bradley, Patriot, possibly.
Right.
Falcon, Bucky. There's other characters. There's a whole. I believe through Black Widow movie. I think it starts there.
Right.
That's the most important piece. They've been holding this movie for a long time. And, we should be like, hey, we should have been got Falcon Winter Soldier. Obviously, we had the virus, but okay, now WandaVision's coming. Falcon and Winter Soldier still held back. Why? Why is that? Right. There's a huge piece in Black Widow. Maybe it's reoccurring characters. Maybe it's something that's revealed. It's multiple things, I believe. They just hired this young lady to be Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel. I thought, oh, okay, they're about to start shooting, That's nowhere in sight. They're not even going to shoot her show for a while. I'm not sure if there's even a date yet. So why did they hire her? She was shooting some scenes, possibly in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Introduce her, introduce the Inhumans, maybe in Black Widow, introduce Inhumans, mutants. She's definitely going to start gathering up all the young Avengers. But I believe the Inhumans, the mutants, all these super soldiers, they're going to play a big role in Black Widow and Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Infamous Iron Man says there is a date for every show. Yeah.
So,
I mean,
so how far will the filming start for Miss Marvel?
right. Yeah. I would guess, since they just cast her, I would guess they've already got an idea for what they're doing with the show, probably with the on the writing aspects and everything, and they're going from there. So I think they're probably pretty well into going forward with production on this. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
I don't know if you've noticed this. Obviously being an older guy, I was not interested in her character when she first came out. Teenage character, so I didn't just go say, hey, I'm just going to go read some Miss Marvel. So I just passed over it. Played the Avengers game lately. They really started to promote her. Obviously Champions, had to read that. Scotty Summers was in it, even though he was a teenager. They really have been pushing his character, and for good reason. She's a good character, but play the Avengers game, and it really got me interested in her character, to see where it goes, what happens. But they've been promoting her for a reason. MODOK, all of a sudden, like MODOK was one of the worst villains I've ever read in my life. It was always like what, this guy again? Like he still exists? Like
Right.
why don't they just kill him off and leave him where he's at? But he was really cool in the Avengers game. He's got a show coming out, the little animated one. That's out of the blue, and you got to think maybe there's reasons why.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Again, expanding that universe. Yeah.
This is true. This universe is going to get so huge. Like, how could people think that this thing's going to end? There's too many characters for this to end.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Again, rapidly expanding, and it does look like that's happening with these things as well, and it will be interesting. Again, seeing all these things coming out, because I think there is a lot going on between both of these movies, Black Widow and the Falcon and Winter Soldier. And I know that this Wednesday, actually, I ordered it in at my comic shop. They've got this Black Widow movie special coming out. It's going to be digging into just all the behind the scenes of Black Widow and everything. So I can't wait to get my hands on that and see what there is going on in this movie. I thought it was a little funny that they're still releasing this book, considering the movie has been pushed back for another 4 months from now, 5 months.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, actually, I'm not a big Black Widow fan. I'm definitely you're more of a Black Widow fan than I am. I'm sorry, man. But actually, things like the MCU have made interest. I was not a huge Thor fan. Chris Hemsworth's like, yeah, maybe I should read a little Thor. Scarlett Johansson did get me more into Black Widow. I think my most Black Widow was just seeing her hang out with Logan while I'm reading some Wolverine. Avengers, I never read her solo stuff, but I've been reading more and more. Watching you, obviously, reading a little Black Widow. So I'm interested in that. I didn't know that. So I'm glad you brought that up. I definitely. Yeah, he did. I just saw that. Look, I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna apologize for him. The guy doesn't know any better. She's a cool character. She's one of my favorite characters to play on Marvel's Avengers, and I played that game with that guy, so he knows what I'm talking about. And yeah, she's an interesting character. If you're into the spy stuff, which I still think Captain America: Winter Soldier is the best MCU movie of all time. She fit that movie. Her character is just awesome. I would love to see her move. I don't even care if it's Scarlett Johansson. It could be Florence Pugh. I think that's her name, right? It could be whoever.
Yeah.
Black Widow's a cool character.
See, I know, just like Scotty Summers, it's the best.
Just like Scotty Summers, one of the best that I know.
Story says, "I'm sorry, I really don't like the Black Widow."
But that's the thing. Every character is not for every person.
Right.
But in saying that, everybody's got their character.
Right.
The MCU's going to live on, man. Everybody's got a character.
Yeah.
People like MODOK, even before all these shows and on the game. I couldn't believe that. But yeah, my dad likes MODOK. I don't know what's wrong with that guy.
Yeah, I think I've heard some people saying that like MODOK is the ultimate normie bad guy. Like people who don't really read the comic just hear MODOK like, oh, he's like the best.
Yeah, right. No, he's not. He's never been. He's just a giant head that floats around. He's pretty smart. I'm pretty sure we got guys on Earth that are actually smarter than MODOK. So
Right.
he,
Yeah,
he never did anything.
Yeah, and like you said, everybody kind of has their characters that they like, and I'll tell you, like Black Widow is became one of mine. I mean, not only because like the MCU, she's cool, but like it was that story that I keep flapping my gums about, which was No Restraints Play that came out last year from Jen and Sylvia Soska, was absolutely great. But the thing is, she's like a human that can kick a lot of ass. She's badass. Love it.
That's what makes him. That's why people love Batman, right?
Right.
He's got no powers. They always say he's got gadgets. He thinks of a way to. That's why she's cool.
Yeah.
She's a great character.
Yeah, and here in the books here, in Hickman's X-Men, one of my characters, because I never really read a whole lot of X-Men growing up. I mean, I read some, but like, I really had more of a normie outlook on or version of like who most of these characters were. But I have really taken a liking to Magic. I like Ileana Rasputin.
Man, bro, it's crazy you say. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Magic has secretly been one of the best characters. We've always liked Colossus. Colossus had a cool story, but as soon as we heard about his little sister and just the things that she can do, New Mutants comics, originally you had to be a New Mutants fan to love those. They were bad. I don't care what you say. They were bad comics. But she always stood out as a character. The development of her character, because she didn't always have those powers.
Mm-hmm.
And her powers are just so cool. That sword that she has her own dimension. She's a cool ass character. I love Magic. She's one of my favorites.
Yeah, and I definitely need to go back and read some more on her because yeah, just what I've got out of her in like this whole Hickman X-Men era has really been great, and it's actually one of those things that's really got me waiting for that movie to come out. I still haven't seen it yet, but it's coming out soon. I can watch it soon.
The New Mutants?
Yes.
I actually liked that movie. A lot of people trashed it. I took it for what it was, and I think that I hate the Fox-Men movies, but this was exciting. And like I said, Magic stole the show. Anya Taylor-Joy,
yes.
I think her name is. She played the hell out of that character. She embodied it. I saw the comic on screen, and that's ultimately what I want to do as a fan.
Yeah, and I think
right
that's
there.
kind of what it is for me too. Is I actually see her in this role, like just reading the comic and then seeing her, like what I've seen on screen. I'm like, dude, like she's this character. She's freaking great. Plus, Anya Taylor-Joy, man, she's just a good looking young lady, and to come in and play this role, and I think she could play that badass. I can't wait to see the movie. Dang it!
If I'm Kevin Feige and I don't keep that cast, which I don't think he's going to do, I keep her. Multiverse is coming, whatever. Take her. Even the Maisie Williams, I think she played that role, and that's a character. Wolfsbane is just meh, but she really played the character. She's a good actress.
Right.
I like the movie. There was obviously spots in it were just like okay, but for what it was and how long it took to get here, it was really entertaining. A lot of the world don't know the New Mutants, so this was a good movie to let them like, hey, this is the New Mutants. This is who we are.
Right. Yeah, can't wait to check it out. I think it's coming out the 17th or something, a couple weeks from now. Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I gotta say, looking back on it, it's way better than what they did, how they introduced the X-Men. So I don't want to hear anybody complain because let's just call it what it is. It's the Wolverine, man.
Stormy says she's only 21. Trinity, be careful.
Hey, she can drink. So
hey, it's all good. I didn't say I wanted to take her out for. I'm practically married. It's okay. I can still look at beautiful women. Jeez.
I'm single, bro. So 21's okay.
I feel like Stormy's doing that thing. Like, have you ever seen was it Me, Myself, and Irene?
Definitely.
Where Jim Carrey's character is sitting there, all the guys are sitting there looking at that hot mom, and she was like, she's sitting there like breastfeeding the baby and everything later, but they're sitting there checking around, and he's like, "Come on, guys, she's a mother."
Hey, I forgot all about that scene. That's a funny movie right there, man.
Yeah, dude.
Jim Carrey. That's a hilarious dude.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies here, and that's like one of my favorite scenes of like of that probably that whole movie because it's just so ridiculous because like she's a mother so she can't be hot. You know, he's like she's a mother.
Right. She's pretty hot.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Oh man. Mike Porter says he liked New Mutants, but Lavis didn't.
You know, Lovis expected a lot out of that movie. He wanted it to be great. I don't know why he expected that. I think like you have to think of the circumstance. You have to think of what that movie went through. That movie was made in 1937. We're just now seeing it.
Right.
It went through a lot. Like there's so much we don't even know about that they went through to get this movie out.
Right. Like
So
this.
I like
This movie is older than your millennial ass, man.
yeah. That movie's old. It's like you have to put it in perspective. It was one of the best. It was better than Apocalypse. It's better than Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix combined.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about Foxmen because that's why people dislike Scotty Summers because of those movies.
And you know what's
Fox
funny is
did
James
that to my
Marsden
guy.
was the perfect Scotty.
He was perfect. He was perfect. I saw Scotty Summers on film,
Yeah.
and they destroyed that. They destroyed my dreams. I know that. You know. So yeah, I've got beef with Fox.
Oh man. Everybody in the chat's got me laughing. Reefer says I stand with Lavis.
Wayne is crazy, man. Wayne's obviously high. He's just,
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he is.
too many reviews, Wayne. The movie was good, man.
Oh man.
You know, I understand. Look, I get it. All right, everybody, just people are just not gonna like it, but I mean, it was entertaining.
Yeah, I
It
can't
was
wait
made
to
so
see it.
long ago. You're gonna like it. I think you'll like it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it, man. I know I'm waiting for it. Hey, speaking of which, I can't wait for Mando episode 2, man.
You know, when Star Wars has been tricky.
Candy.
I was not excited about Mando. I watched season 1 and I was back. I was like, okay, Star Wars is doing it. You know, the fandom is quiet. They're not crazy right now. But I don't know if it's just been this year or the wait. I kind of like backed out again. So it was like everybody's like, hey, Mando episode 1. I'm like, you know. But then every YouTuber was going to talk about it. So I was like, yeah, I'm just going to watch it. I watched it that night and I was like, man, I was tripping out. This is amazing. This was fun. And I hate Boba Fett. I think that's like the most overrated character in anything.
Yeah.
So like even to see that at the end, it was exciting.
Yeah, I'm there with you. Like, I'm not a big Boba Fett fan, but it is cool to see them bring him back. I mean, if it really is Boba Fett.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like it might not even be Boba Fett. Everybody just assumed. They assumed so much that I thought it was the guy that like played him under the costume or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, is that the guy that they're like, no, it's just some dude turned around.
Yeah.
It's Boba Fett. I'm like, wait, what? Like,
It's Captain Rex.
how did you get that conclusion? You know?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I thought but yeah, I'm there with you. Like, I'm not a big Boba Fett fan. Like, he's cool and everything, but like honestly, I think Mando is way cooler than Boba Fett.
Way cooler. My oldest brother is 7 years old. I'm 37, so you know he grew up with the Star Wars. So I grew up thinking that Boba Fett was the most amazing dude in Star Wars, right? So I become a teenager. I watched the trilogy again, and I realized that Boba Fett doesn't capture one person. He doesn't kill a guy. I think he might have shot a few times. I'm pretty sure he didn't even hit anyone, and he got dropped into a Sarlacc pit.
Right.
That was it.
Yeah.
How was that cool, man? He had a jetpack,
Yeah,
so
right.
that's not cool.
Hey
It
man,
wasn't until the books came out until they made him cool.
you know what? Tough guy action stars walk away from explosions, okay?
That's what,
Then
that's
fly
what
into
they tell me.
Sarlacc pits.
That's what they tell me, you know. So right, he was not tough at all. He didn't do a thing. He didn't even capture Han Solo. He escorted him.
Right.
You know, so like people love him though, and you know it's your thing, but I can't get behind that.
Yeah. What's this Stormy saying? Cap, you're on the Captain Avalon thing.
Oh yeah. Me and him were talking about you know with the Hickman run, the new Captain Britain.
Mm-hmm.
Betsy Braddock as Captain Britain, which I love, man. I'm a huge uh, um, Captain Britain, Avalon, lore, Excalibur fan. New Excalibur, I love it, man. A lot of people are like, well, this is different, this is different. Let's just be real. They weren't great comics back in the day. It's just cool characters. Got better when Nightcrawler was the leader. But yeah, I just like the Avalon lore. So having Brian Braddock, I like Betsy as Captain Britain. It just works, and I love it. And it's another female in the lead. I like it. So to have Brian Braddock, who's not the most popular of characters, why shouldn't he just be Captain Avalon? And it just makes so much sense because that's really what Captain Britain is. But Betsy's an X-Men. She needs to go and do X-Men things. So like Captain Avalon, Brian Braddock just watch over Avalon. I think that'd be pretty cool. So I'm a little bit behind. I'm actually far behind on Hickman's run. I haven't even started. What is it? 10 of Swords.
Oh,
Okay. Oh yeah. So I've been working, man. So these weekends coming up, I got a lot of reading to do. I'm excited to see what happens. Because he asked me a question and he's like, are you at this point? And I'm like, bro, I'm behind. So I'm excited to see where Hickman's taking this. He brought the X-Men back. I'm excited about the X-Men. A lot of normies out there, they know the Avengers. And they're like, Avengers is the big ticket, but they don't realize that X-Men was the comic, and
Right.
when Fox had X-Men, they just let it sink. It was horrible writing for almost 20 years,
Right.
and now it's back.
Well,
Not just the X-Men, mutants in general.
yeah.
I love it.
My thing with the whole Fox X-Men thing was this is kind of like it's like a safe homage to the comics, trying to ground it in the real world. And
Yes.
they continued to do that no matter what. They continue to play that whole safe thing and not wanting to be like they went there, but they like not trying to be campy, or they weren't trying to do all the fun things like the MCU does. Like they were trying to be, I don't know, just a very safe homage to like a political kind of thriller kind of thing going on with all these movies.
Right. And that's right. So yeah, let's Hickman. Most of the MCU stories are Hickman stories. When this guy writes, it's gold. Fantastic Four, which I'm sorry for the normies, you had to see these 3 horrible movies. I haven't seen the third one. That's how I know it's just bad. It had a square with a 4 in it. It's too disrespectful. I didn't watch it. But that's a cool team. And I thank my dad because I never read Fantastic Four. A villain like Doctor Doom who's just amazing. But Hickman could take this run. He made Franklin Richards like one of the most likable characters of all time, and just explained his powers and things that he can do. Let you see the family aspect of this team. He really wrote it well. He has great stories. They're always exciting. There are always stories that he tells you everything that's going to happen, but you never see it, which is crazy because then you're like, when it happens, you're like, oh, it's right there. I saw it the entire time, but you never see it coming.
Right.
That's great. So I think the X-Men are in great hands, and I keep hearing people. I guess I'm so much of a fan because I hear people say online, well, are the X-Men bad guys now? And I don't see it that way, but I guess I'd side with them if they were. So I like where it's going. It's new, it's exciting, it's refreshing. We needed this as X-Men as comic fans, and I also believe as MCU fans because it's coming soon. X-Men's Mutants, definitely.
Yeah.
Hickman's run definitely coming.
Yeah, and yeah, you're right too with the Hickman stuff because I've been going through, and I like every couple of weeks. I kind of go back and I re-skim back through House of X and Powers of X as things are going on, and just seeing everything that's going on, like I'm pretty sure that like you really only need to read House of X and Powers of X, and you don't really need to know much more about what's going on. You don't really need to read all the Dawn of X to know what's going to happen in the story, but it's fun the journey, seeing it as it happens. Seeing how what's going on right now in the Ten of Swords was talked about and foreshadowed in House of X and Powers of X.
Right. That, like you said, it's the journey.
Yeah.
And Hickman gives you that journey, and it's so much fun. I can't wait to read that and Conan Serpent War, which I've been. I'm sorry, Battle for the Serpent Crown, which I've been behind on. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Okay. Infamous Iron Man says, Infamous Iron Main says U.S. Union Jack, the British U.S. agent or knockoff Captain Brit. Oh, is Union Jack the British U.S. agent or knockoff Captain Britain?
I've actually forgotten about him.
Yeah,
I forgot about that character.
I think he's like the knockoff U.S. agent, isn't he?
Right.
Yeah.
He's there. They had to make some of these same type of characters for Britain, so the Brian Braddock character and stuff like that. I thought it was cool. I thought it was so cool being a kid that Brian Braddock wasn't a mutant and his brother and sister was. That was cool to me.
Right. Yeah,
Jeong
certainly.
and Bet's mutants.
RC Scott is in the chat, says, who is he talking to? We're talking to Captain Pennsylvania, my man Adrian.
That's right, RC Scott.
Yeah, been needing to get
Pennsylvania.
Adrian on here for a long time, and we finally got him on the show, and so it's been extended.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Because people got stuff to do, and you guys are hanging out, listening to us talk about comic books. Isn't that something?
Yeah. We'll probably have to bring you on, and when you get caught up here, and talk about some more of the House of X, the Powers of X, the Dawn of X, maybe even this Ten Sword stuff.
Definitely. I'm going to catch up soon. Trust me. I'm going to binge this, and I'm going to be in my own world. Nobody's going to call me. I don't want to talk to my dad. I don't want to talk to anyone. I'm just going to read comics. I'm going to catch up. I'm going to enjoy it. And it's going to be awesome. I'm super excited about this. I can't wait.
Look at Stormy says, Fox X-Men equals Wolverine, a Magneto that felt like he could die at any moment, and Storm played by an A-list actress that didn't fit the character. Storm has to be a tall, dark-skinned woman, god damn it. Yes.
100% agree.
Yeah.
I love Halle Berry more than the next. Maybe I might have stalked her for a year or 3. Maybe.
Right.
But she should have never been Storm.
Yeah, no. Yeah, definitely not.
No way.
Definitely
no
not.
way. And only Hugh Jackman is him being the great actor that he is the only reason I like that version of Wolverine, because that was not supposed to work. He's like 6'3", I want to say, something, really big guy.
Yeah.
It just looks weird to see, because I want to see comic version. I like seeing that Wolverine looks up to Storm when he talks to her, and they have a relationship, which Fox didn't give us. So that was just crazy.
Well, that's why I'm okay with seeing Daniel Radcliffe as Wolverine. He fits the profile.
I love look. Daniel Radcliffe is a great actor. I'm getting tired of people like, well, he was Harry Potter. No, he's not Harry Potter. He's Daniel Radcliffe. He played this character. He can play a badass. You don't have to be a badass. And maybe he might be a badass. You don't know Daniel Radcliffe and what he does in the streets. So leave that man alone. He looks the part. He can jack up just like Hugh Jackman did. He would be awesome as Wolverine. I'd go with that totally. He's like, what, 5'4", 5'3", something like that.
And look, everybody, therefore, people talk about like Zac Efron too. Same thing. He was High School Musical guy. He can't do that. Dude, look at the kid. Look at what he does. He would be a good Wolverine too. He's still tall, but still.
He's amazing.
Yeah,
I like him.
You can't hold these actors back for what they did at a role. Like, I'm telling you, could you imagine seeing Daniel Radcliffe jacked, bro? Like, all he got to put on is on his small frame, 10 pounds of muscle tops.
Right. I 100% agree. He'd be the perfect role, because not only does he have the look, he has the acting chops. And people are like, well, you don't have to be a great actor. No, Hugh Jackman is a great actor, so people don't realize.
Right.
Wolverine, and as much as I bash him, he's a very complex character.
Yeah.
A loving character. There is a lot of sides to Wolverine. He's had a solo run for over 20 years. Any character that has that, you're a good character.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Infamous Iron Man says that Dr. Doom is the best character in entertainment of all time.
I won't disagree.
I love Dr. Doom.
That man went to hell to get his mama.
Yeah.
That alone says a lot about that character.
I keep thinking that people always push back because everybody wants to see Krasinski come in and play Reed Richards. But I'm like, dude, I think he has the humanity to bring to Dr. Doom. I think.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I never thought of that. That is, you're onto something right there. Yeah. Krasinski as Doom.
And
oh man.
And the thing is, everybody else always says, Fassbender, Michael Fassbender as Doom. And I'm like, look, you think you think that Michael? I mean, okay. Let me ask you this: would you think that? Would you say that Michael Fassbender is a great actor?
He's a great actor.
So why typecast him by having him play Magneto again, only calling him Doctor Doom?
I was just going to go there. Yes, because they want him to play that version of Magneto as Doom. Doom again is another complex character. For the normies, they don't realize that in so many of these big events in the comics, Doctor Doom was with the heroes. He's
Right.
that complex character. This dude knows magic. He's on the level of the Sorcerer Supreme,
Right.
which is nerfed in the MCU extremely like everybody. But that guy is amazing. He's an amazing character, and there's a lot of heroes that can't beat him. He's an Avenger level threat and beyond. Sometimes you need everybody to defeat Doom.
Yeah,
That dude
absolutely.
go to Asgard, slap Odin.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing, like you said, he's so complex. Like, he's not just a bad guy. He's not just a villain. He's actually a good guy.
I see him as a good guy.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way I see him. Okay, maybe he rules hard over everyone else, but the people in Latveria love him, and that you got to think about that. Hey, if his people love him, what type of guy is he? He's a good guy.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Reefer Man Review says Radcliffe was awesome in the movie where he goes to see his estranged father who lives by the water. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen it
either, but I'm not surprised. That Radcliffe is a great actor.
But I was going to say, I think I know what movie he's talking about. Oh, and Stormy here says Carl Irving.
We would have to. He's a good actor. He's a great. Well, I don't know if he's an. No. Urban's good. Urban's really good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of all the roles that. Yeah, he's good. He could pull off Doom.
Yeah.
But you would have to make him look different because he played Scourge.
Oh, I mean, he's probably talking about for Wolverine.
Oh no, he can't be. He's too old. That alone, his age alone takes him out.
Infamous Iron Man says Kevin Hart Wolverine.
Kevin Hart will never touch my Wolverine, or I will personally walk up to Kevin Feige and punch him in the stomach.
Oh man.
And I love Kevin Hart.
Ooh, Stormy says Zac Efron has to be Hercules. He's cocky and full of himself, and that's exactly what Herc is.
I like that, but I don't think when I see Hercules, he has to be a guy that's maybe like 6'4", 6'5". I feel like he should be a really imposing dude on the screen, you know?
He should be as big as, if not bigger than, Chris Hemsworth.
Exactly. He has to be equal to Chris Hemsworth in size and physical stature.
Yeah. Yeah, Landon TLB, Adam ain't streaming today. He's going tomorrow. Will Morgan says Hayden Christensen Doom. I will say that, okay, Hayden Christensen isn't the best actor, so to typecast him and let him be Doom or Darth Vader again, we could do it.
Yeah, but see what if I don't know if he's a good enough actor because, like you said, it's a typecast.
Right.
People would want him to play Vader, and Doom is more. Like, people could tell you, well, Vader's this. There's so much complexity. There's the hurt, the compassion. There's the Doom is even more, I believe. I think Doom's a more fleshed out character than Vader.
Absolutely.
Doom is very complex. Like, I being shocked as a kid reading this dude and what he thinks and how he goes about things, you know. He's not a villain. He's just not a villain.
Yeah.
Cares about his place. The Avengers are always in his plans. You would hate the Avengers too if they were trying to jump in your country and do what the hell they wanted.
Right. Absolutely. Mike Porter says, whatever Feige wants to do, I just want Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, Doctor Doom, Mutants, and more in the MCU. Absolutely.
Oh, we're getting it. It's coming. The guy has plans. I trust in him. I know he wouldn't cast someone for Doom that just can't handle it. These guys, I don't know most of these actors and actresses that they get, but I trusted them so much just to cast and get the right person. I understand sometimes people are their race bent or they change their gender, which I am against. I honestly hate it. Just create your new characters,
right?
Because everybody's character is someone's favorite character, and you've just changed. I would be so upset if they brought out a black Scotty Summers. I'm just be real with you.
Right.
I want to see the guy from the comic book. I've been reading it a long time. I want it to, like we were talking about magic. It makes it's more pleasurable when it looks like the comic.
Right.
So that alone that does it for me.
Right.
But they're bringing these characters out, and it's going to be amazing. And for all the people like, well, the MCU's dead. I personally would like to slap your face.
And Peter Ferret here says Liam Hemsworth wants to play Wolverine, and I'm not sure I'm really down with that. I don't know that Liam Hemsworth is really that great of an actor. Plus, I don't know. I'm not really down with that.
And he looks like Thor, so that would just be, hey, why does Logan look like Thor?
Right.
You know, that'd just be a weird question.
Yeah. Reefer Man seems to like the idea. Yeah. Reefer Man seems to like the idea. Yeah, I don't know. Like, he just, to me, seems like he would just be another Thor. Like, just make him another Asgardian.
I agree. He'd be another Thor. And maybe he does have the chops. I don't know. But, yeah, it's just that he's his Chris Hemsworth's brother. It's just, he looks like Thor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because they look alike. There's no way around that.
Right. They're almost twins.
Infamous Iron Man says Ken Jeong as Wolverine.
You know what? After it's hilarious, but after what Fox just did, we need to do this right.
Right. Yeah.
Hugh
Oh,
Jackman
man.
just being a great actor, but he was miscast as Wolverine. People don't want to hear that, but he was. He just made that role his own.
Oh, okay. Mike Porter here says, I'm repeating myself, but New Mutants was not a perfect movie, but I liked it. It was like a horror breakfast club with powers. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, right. You know, for the young guys like, wait, what? But yes, it was like a breakfast club with kids with powers. That is hilarious. Now I want to rewatch it again to see it in that perspective, because that's I like that.
Yeah, I'll have to keep that in mind when I watch it.
I had some people say like, well, it wasn't scary, so well, I mean, it really wasn't supposed to be scary. It was like a more of a thriller, I guess, than a horror,
Yeah.
But I liked it, man. It was entertaining. I think you're gonna like it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. Well, anyway, man, I guess I better let you go now and end this stream and get on with my day. Thanks for being on, man. We need to have you on the channel again soon.
Definitely. I appreciate you having me, man. It's good to be back. It's good to be here again.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Anytime. Let me know when. Let me know. You let me know.
I will definitely get with you. We're gonna get together soon.
All right, man. Well, you have a good one. Thanks for being here.
All right, brother.
And everybody out there, thank you all so much for being here today. I do greatly appreciate you all tuning into the Second Street Marvel today. This time we are ending the stream for sure, I swear. And it's going to be me doing it. It's not going to be because it timed out or because Streamlabs is jacking up or anything. But thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, Stormy, for coming on the show. A big thank you to Captain Pennsylvania for being here, having this conversation. It was good. It was fun. We're going to do some more of these, guys. Look forward to it. We'll probably start doing this a little bit more regular now that I've got some of this stuff figured out and things are planned nicely. Hopefully soon I'll just get a new computer, become a channel member, send in super chats, send in direct donations, everything. Send me hundreds of dollars. Send me your paycheck so I can get a new computer and I don't have to have all this boomer tech. I'm just kidding, guys. Thank you all so much for being here today for this live stream. I do greatly appreciate it. You all have a good day. Look forward to some new comic book reviews coming up on the channel. We're going to be doing some more live streams this week, though we won't be going live tomorrow because it is DC Tuesday and I will be at my local comic book shop helping them get everything bagged and boarded and ready for new comic book day. But you all have a very good day, and we'll see you definitely on Wednesday in another live stream. Have a good day. Have a good rest of your week. Go out and read some awesome comics, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.